the situation with Damar Hamlin, and we know a lot of the NFL's been criticized a lot in the past for a lot of the way that they've handled former players and also handled on-field injuries and concussions and all that. So what do you think are some of the advancements that you think the NFL needs to make when it comes to maybe guaranteed money or the way they manage injuries?
They need to manage injuries way better, and everybody sees it. And it's not just concussions; it's more. It's all the injuries, and then and this is just one incident again that you see, or even big incidents. There are smaller incidents that you may not even know that occur. I don't know how they fix it. Obviously, you just got to take care, like you just talked about. You just got to guarantee the money, pay them. I mean, do something. Something has to change because an injury, like you're done. One thing about, I had an injury, right, in 2004. I was on my rookie deal. I got hurt. Half of my salary was gone. What job do you know that you get hurt on and then you get half your money?
Not many.
You getting workers' comp, something gonna happen, right? They're not taking less out of your check, but that happened to me. Things like that. When you getting injured, they just try to, again, push you to the side somehow, some way, or, give you less money, right? Just think about guys coming back from injury. Sometimes they be like, well, is he going to be the same player? We can't give him, all this money now. So that's why guys fight to get more money. And so the money has to be distributed differently. And that lies with the NFL, the NFLPA, our Players Association got to be the one to fight for more money for us and fight for getting disabilities and, things even after football, right? Because, who knows if Hamlin going to be able to play again? Who knows? And it's way more, right? Mentally, people are messed up. Physically, they're messed up. And the NFL just got to do a better job of compensating guys any way that they can. Any and every way that they can.
I don't know if Damar Hamlin's ever going to play again. Remember, he stopped breathing for 5 or 6 minutes. So you're talking about no oxygen going to his brain. It could have affected certain body parts, limbs. Right. You don't know if he's ever going to be 100% again. He is 24, so he could recuperate a lot faster than maybe some of these older players, but something of that magnitude, he might never be the same again. And
right.
I don't know if he'll ever want to play again after experiencing something like that. That's scary. 1 out of 250 million chance that could happen, and it happened to him. So, and we've never seen anything like that. But we look at the game now, and Leigh, you look at right now the AFC and NFC. Are you surprised that the AFC is just more dominant than the NFC this year? Over the last couple of years, it really has been dominant NFC and weak AFC. But this year, it's really, surprisingly, the best division in the NFC has been the NFC East. Maybe because of the competition, maybe because of the NFC North isn't that good, the NFC South isn't that good, and the NFC West isn't that good. Are you surprised that the NFC has really taken a step back?
Before I answer that, you said something previously, and I just wanted to say, just matching with what I said and why I brought it up too was because Hamlin, I believe he's on his rookie deal. Mm-hmm. He was a 6th-round pick. Yeah. He probably has the same contract I had. And so he probably gets a split if you get hurt. But now, the season is pretty much over. So, but just think about if it happened like in the middle of the season. On his contract, it said, if you get hurt, you are getting half your money, which is crazy. You get what I'm saying? So compensate them. And now you said the NFC East, mm-hmm. right? Am I surprised that the NFC East is what?
The NFC is NFC East is really been dominant from the NFC. The NFC has been dominant by the NFC East, and I'm very surprised because the NFC East, obviously, the schedule was really, really easy, but the NFC North, where everybody thought the Packers were going to be a dominant team this year, even though Aaron Rodgers didn't have any weapons and he didn't have Devontae Adams. The Vikings, everybody thought was going to be good. The Detroit Lions was moving up. The Buccaneers, everybody thought was going to have a better year than they're having right now. And then the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, everybody thought the Rams were going to the Super Bowl again going into the year. So are you surprised the NFC is as weak as it has been this year?
Just every year, like a division is going to have usually 3 teams that are in it like that. And you just never know what year it's going to be. Like you said, the scheduling, they might have just a favorable schedule that year, the NFC East. Or, again, just teams aren't gelling like the Rams, like you talked about, the way that they gelled last year. So football is just, it's like revolving. A lot of the same teams stay up top, but you just never know year to year what could happen. Obviously, the Patriots was a dynasty, but it was always somebody that was rivaling them or somebody on the other side, a different opponent were waiting for them. So I feel like the NFC East, they got
the Eagles, the
pretty
Cowboys,
good, right? Yeah. Pretty good quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? And then, for Dallas, the guy stepped in and played well when Dak was hurt. Yeah. I know Washington kind of been up and down with their offense, but Heineke was playing pretty damn good to keep them in the hunt. The AFC, though, you got the juggernauts, the Cincinnatis, the Kansas Cities, and the
Buffalo,
the Bills.
The debate of the players and we were having about a couple months ago was the grass versus the turf debate. A lot of players wanting to advocate to have the natural grass field. So did you have a preference when you were playing of those different fields?
Absolutely. Grass all day long. The turf is cool, but it's nothing like that natural grass, that natural plant. Not saying people haven't, had injuries like ACLs or whatever on the grass, but it's a little bit more give, the ground is, because it's just a natural surface. So, and it's just probably keeping that up. Like stadiums and teams are going to have to keep it up because like Pittsburgh had one of the worst damn grass fields because Pitt was playing at it, high schools was playing at it, everybody was playing at it. So it was just eating that grass up. The maintenance has to be where it needs to be. That's why they went to field turf, because it was just a little better than AstroTurf. It's just a blend between the two. But me, preferably, I liked natural grass.
Before we let you go, Leigh, who do you got going to the Super Bowl? Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
Just right off my head right now, I would say Kansas City and Philadelphia.
Andy Reid against his former team.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy storyline. Again, it's hard. Josh Allen, to go against him, but he's had some kind of hiccups this year. I don't know if they get over the hump this year. I think Kansas City might, because those are 2 quarterbacks that, man, when a game is in their hands, and if it's in their hands, they're going to do whatever it takes to win. And so that's why I would take them, because obviously, not every playoff game, but a lot of times they're close games. And when you have those quarterbacks that you can't really game plan for, right, they're going to pull something out of their hat. Those are the 2 quarterbacks that I feel like can do it the most.
I just want to mention too before congratulations as well to your teammate, your former teammate Joe Thomas, who's one of the finalists for the Hall of Fame as well. And I definitely think he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. His rookie year was 2007, I believe. Yep. That was my last year there in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a hell of a player, man. A hell of a person too.
He's in great shape.
To be honest, man. He's a real good dude, man. But shit, yeah, great player too.
He's in great shape too, by the way. He is in phenomenal shape for a guy that was playing at 305, 310 pounds. Is like now he's walking at 180 pounds. He's got an 8-pack. This guy is built like an ox, man. He really is.
Yeah. So different lineman Logan Mankins.
Yeah.
He was big, right? Somebody showed me a college video of him like dunking something crazy. So think about it. They were probably just tall, bigger athletes because I feel like offensive linemen are like the offensive cornerbacks, kind of. Because they're going backwards, right? They got to kind of, defend, right? The quarterback, right? So nobody gets to the quarterback. So they got to defend and do it backwards. So they got to be pretty good athletes. And Joe Thomas was a pretty good athlete.
That's why all these offensive linemen are from the sticks. They're from Oregon, Arkansas. They're wrestlers. I've heard so many stories. Now they have the Hawaiian guys now.
Right.
From Hawaii.
And they just start eating a lot.
Yes.
But they still athletic.
Honestly, a whole offensive line should be built from sumo wrestlers. That's what they should. Because what do sumo wrestlers do? They push, right? Am I right? All 5 players, including the center, should be sumo wrestlers. You'll never be able to get to the quarterback. You'll never be able to get to the quarterback. No lie, man.
They got to be good going backwards, though, so you got to still be a special type of person, man.
Look at those guys. They're
special type
pounds.
of athlete. Just because you big and agile, you can go forward. Some people can't be big and agile or just agile and going backwards.
Maybe in Errol's parallel sumo wrestler football universe, you'd be blitzing more often than covering, and then the defensive lineman would drop back.
But here, Leigh Bodden, Leigh, how tall are you? 5'10"? 6 foot?
6'1".
6'1". Okay, you're 6'1" and about, let's say, 205 pounds, right?
I used to play at 195.
195, okay? Yeah. And you have a sumo wrestler, and they're all five sumo wrestlers that are about almost 400 pounds, very athletic. You've seen those sumo wrestlers, and they'll push forward. How the hell are you getting to the quarterback? No,
because you got moves, bro.
Right.
You got moves. You got spin moves. You got rip-throughs, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get past those guys. It ain't like, they're going to go 100% just blocking you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because, listen, their advantage is that. My advantage is going to be, right, the quickness, right, the lateral quickness, and the speed and the hands and the juke. You know what I mean? So you're going to find somebody that's going to be able to rival them. You know what I mean? So that's just the nature of life, man.
It's the nature of athletic sports and the way sports has changed. And you look at football, you look at hockey, baseball, even basketball. These kids are more athletic when they come out of high school now and college than they were. But I thought, and I'll go back to it, the 90s, with the 90s game when it comes to basketball and hockey, it was so much better than it is today. Not because of the speed that the game is played, but really the talent that you saw in those times, the Wayne Gretzky's, the Mario Lemieux, the Brett Hulls, and all that, and even in the 90s with the quarterbacks. Tom Brady came in the end of the 90s, and we're talking.
Manning,
you talk about some of the great 90s quarterbacks, the Joe Montanas, the Steve Youngs, the Dan Marinos, the John Elways. You're talking about elite quarterbacks, some of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen to play the game. So, and Tom Brady, obviously, which everybody says is the greatest to ever play the game. So
Brett Favre before he started stealing money.
and we got
or sending pictures of his what.
Yeah.
Good old Brett,
But you got great quarterbacks. You got Drew Breeses. You got the again, like you said, Peyton Manning's. Aaron Rodgers is still playing. You still have those greats that played as well during the 2000s.
They were good quarterbacks, no question.
But I think, you don't think these are legends that I just named.
Right? Yeah, they're
Drew
legends.
Brees,
they're
Aaron
legends.
Rodgers.
But just imagine Steve Young, Joe Montana, playing in the rules of these days. Could you imagine?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
John Elway playing in the way the quarterbacks could do whatever they want. In those days, in the 90s, the corners can hang on you.
Right, exactly. What I mean? Back in the day. Yeah. And it's a little free now. And then back shoulder fade and all that, that won't ride when when they can allow, or not can, but when they allow defensive backs to put their hands on them and be physical, kind of throughout the route and all of that. So, those quarterbacks would, like you said, I'm sure that their numbers will be astronomical, if not, better than the ones that are playing today.
Leigh, we really appreciate you as always. We'll get you on again. You're fantastic. Keep up the good work. But listen, stay away from the politicians, man.
Hey, man, listen, that's what run the world, bro. That's what what makes you do what you do.
I know.
So I want to be able to change the world a little bit, man.
Right. So
the world is messed up.
Go work for
our new president.
World. Go work for our new president, whoever that is, hopefully it's not Biden, but
Well, shit. And it's a possibility, but politics is that's what runs the world, man. And who doesn't want to run the world? Who doesn't want to have a say-so in the world? You know what I'm saying?
Just remember the idea for the hashtag that I gave you last time you were on the show was hashtag.
What was it again?
Hashtags leadership, but the way you spell your name.
Oh yeah. I might have to use that next time.
Yep.
You should.
Just remember, you could definitely push that leadership.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Leigh, keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all.